Hi, my name is Jenny Capri. Welcome back to my channel. If you're looking for what you should pack for your next European trip, then keep on watching. Okay, so you've decided to book that trip to Paris, Rome, Spain even, during the month of March, which is kind of like end of winter, beginning of spring. I definitely recommend traveling to Europe during this time because it's low season. The weather is still kind of a bit chilly. There's some rainy days, so a lot of the flights tend to be a bit more cheaper, and of course hotels prices lower as well. So this is definitely a good time to travel to Europe. But the thing is, what do you pack? What should you bring? How should you dress? Is it gonna be too cold? Is it gonna be too warm for your winter jackets or winter sweaters? So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, for me personally, I actually booked a trip to Spain, and I'll actually be in Europe for an entire month. So my dilemma is, how did I want to pack with a carry-on on my back, which is gonna be like a duffel bag, and I'm also going with a carry-on suitcase. That way, between my transfers and train rides and flights, I'm not having to check any bags. I want to just have my bags with me so I can just go. So tip number one, figure out where you're going and what it is that you're going to be doing. Are you going to be doing a lot of like adventurous things, a lot of hiking? There's a lot of places in the European countries that you can like hike. You can go, fishing or go to the beach. Of course, a lot of walking because you'll be looking at different museums, architecture, cathedrals, castles even. So definitely you'll be doing a lot of walking, a lot of sightseeing, and a lot of taking pictures. So definitely for Europe, me personally, I'm not even bringing hills because you already know for a Europe trip, you're going to be walking and walking and walking. You're gonna be walking. That's it. So definitely the main thing is bringing comfortable shoes. Even though you might want to go out one night or maybe go to like a fancy restaurant, with Europeans, like nice beautiful flats, like maybe like pointy toe flat shoes, you're good to go with that. Or maybe some wedges or those sandals that has like a platform to it. You'll be perfectly fine with that. All the streets in most European countries are cobblestone, so you walking around in hills will be really difficult. Unless you're planning on taking Ubers or driving everywhere, there's still going to be some sort of walking because a lot of times the restaurants are in these smaller streets that cars don't really go down, especially if you're going to eat in like a square or in like a little alleyway. So at some point you're gonna have to be walking, and I just wouldn't recommend walking in hills, especially if it rains. It can be pretty slippery. So tip number two is bringing some sort of long sleeve, whether that is a long sleeve shirt or long sleeve sweater. At least bring in two. So depending on how long you're staying, let's say if you are going to Europe from the US, I would definitely recommend staying at least 7 to 10 days. It is a fairly long flight, so hopefully you have opportunity to stay at least a week so you can really grasp the location that you're in, and kind of take in the culture. But if you are only there for a weekend, just kind of figure out how long you're going to be there and the days that you might actually need to like wear certain things. So at least bringing a pair of either long sleeves or a pair of sweaters, and depending on the amount of days that you're there, just decide on whether you need 2 sweaters or, you know, 2 long sleeve shirts. Because March weather, it'll get pretty chilly at night. It'll usually get around 40s 50s degrees Fahrenheit at night, and during the day it'll be like around 60-65 degrees Fahrenheit. So 60 degrees Fahrenheit for myself can be a little bit chilly, especially like in the shadier areas. So I know me personally, I get cold fast sometimes, so I always just kind of prepare for that. So keep that in mind as well. But that's my tip number 2. Bring in some sort of long sleeve, either shirt or sweater. Tip number 3 is your bottoms. So your bottoms are things that can be the same in your wardrobe for your entire trip. As long as you have like a different top, it looks like you have a whole new outfit. So your bottoms really doesn't matter if you wear the same pair of jeans for the entire week or weekend that you're there, or the same pair of pants. It doesn't matter. So figure out what bottoms are most comfortable for you, since you're gonna be walking around a lot. For me personally, I will be bringing 1 pair of light wash jeans, 1 pair of dark wash jeans, a dark color pant or trouser, and that way it kind of mixes up your looks a little bit. So at least you have a light wash, a dark wash, and like a black or dark gray optional bottom. Tip number 4 is to bring some sort of basic item. So whether that be a pair of sweats or leggings, simple black or white t-shirt, red t-shirt, whatever your color is. Bring some sort of basic item. These are great to just like throw on for those traveling days if you're going to be going between multiple countries or cities throughout your time, as well as they're great to sleep in. I mean, you need something to go to sleep in at night, so these are great to just have in your bag. I always feel like it's good to have at least a pair of like basic items, so that pair of leggings, t-shirt, wife beater, or a tank top tee, depending on what you wear. And number 5, definitely bring some sort of layering outfit. So like I mentioned, at night it will get in the like 40s degrees Fahrenheit. So especially if you're someone that gets cold, I would definitely bring one of those lightweight bubble jackets that you can actually like fold. North Face sells them, and I'm not sure of any other brand, but North Face has a really good those jackets are really good because they are lightweight, but they keep you warm, and especially if it ends up raining, they have the material on it that, you know, you won't get too cold. Or as well as like either a cardigan, or right now they have these shackets, I think they're called, that are really popular, that you can pretty much use and layer that on. So for me personally, I'll be bringing a shacket, a hoodie, and my trench coat, because I usually get cold. So I'm not used to 40-degree weather anymore. I know it might seem like I live in New York because the way I talk, but I don't live there anymore, okay? I'm not a 40-degree type of person anymore, so I will be bringing my trench coat. And then that is pretty much it. Everything else is like the basic necessities. Definitely bring in your toiletries, whatever makeup you might wear, or hair products that you might need, but just keep in mind on the amount of days that you are traveling. If you're only there for a weekend and you can get away with just, you know, wearing a ponytail, or guys throwing a hat on, or bringing your do-rag or stocking cap, whatever you go to sleep with, then yeah, bring those. But just the necessities that you usually travel with, so like your travel size lotions, face creams, body wash, you know, all that jazz. So of course bringing that, which I always have a toiletry bag that remains the same, just so I make sure I don't forget anything. I have an actual toiletry bag that always carries everything that I would need. So my body wash, toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, my face wash items, Q-tips, you know, nail filer, Benadryl, things like that. Those are my tips about like sort of what to pack. And now I just want to go ahead and show you pretty much what I'm gonna be using to pack these items that I'm bringing. Again, I will be gone for a month, so maybe this might not be something you might need for, you know, this particular trip, but you can use this for any future trips that you might be planning or longer stays that you might be planning. And I think these will be very useful and help make your packing days a lot more easier. So first item that I want to mention to you is my packing cubes. Okay, so I've been using these packing cubes for probably the past 2 years, and I actually got them from Nordstrom Rack, but they are from the brand Call Pack. I haven't had any issues with these, and the day that I discovered these was like the best day of my life, because you can fit so much stuff in here. And I don't know what it is, I guess because it like zips up, and you can pretty much like just compress so much clothes in this thing. And with packing cubes, like it just, I don't know, it just made my life so much easier. So all my items will be going in these packing cubes to just compress and have more and give me more space to allow me to really pack all the things that I want to, and you know, maybe even save some space to bring back some souvenirs or any shopping that you might do while you're on your trip. The next item is this big bazooka, big old carry-on duffel bag. This big old carry-on that I have. This thing is huge. It's a duffel bag, but it has straps, so it can go as like a book bag, as well it has the long strap, so you can carry it as a duffel bag as well. It has a handle on the side here, so you can carry it sideways if you wanted to. But I did try this on, and it fits perfectly on my back. And I know it's gonna be heavy, but I have no choice, because I didn't want to pack my huge suitcase, because like I said, I'm trying to just go with 2 carry-ons to just make my life easier. I don't have to deal with baggage claim or my bags being lost or stolen. I'd rather just have my bags with me, and that way once I land, I can just go about my business. Okay, so that's that. And then of course I'm gonna be with my little carry-on suitcase that I've shown you guys before. It's the same carry-on suitcase that I got for Ross for $25. Actually the small one, I think I got it for $30, and then the big one I got for $50. But it's still holding on strong. I had it for, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna use to pack my cubes in and just kind of compress. And then also another, on a side note, I'm gonna be using, yes, Shein bags. Okay, I'm gonna be using these bags. A lot of times I've ordered from other websites as well. I see a lot of different websites are starting to use these bags to like put your items in if you order things online. So I just save these and use them for my shoes. That way it doesn't like touch with my clothes. And then especially during your trip, if you like end up wearing something and it starts raining, you know, at least you have like a plastic bag that you can put your dirty shoes in for you to pack and go back home, or you know, wherever else you're traveling to. So I don't know, that's just me. I use these and it's recycling, so it's good for the environment. So that is all my tips and little things I do to pack for a trip. This can go for any trip and any destination that you're going to. I just wanted to specifically show a couple of things that I brought with me and will be bringing with me on my European travels for this upcoming month, because I couldn't really find anything about like how the weather is going to be or what to wear during the month of March in Spain. So I wanted to just kind of give you a little bit of inspiration based off of my experience. You can add or take away anything that you might like so that it's tailored to what works for you. And if you have any extra tips or something that you use that makes your life easier when it comes to packing your bag or, you know, traveling minimally, go ahead and leave that in the comments below, because I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I want to be one of those people that just walks around with a backpack, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's just not my ministry. That's not my purpose. I leave that to the people that is for, and I just do what works for me. I just do what works for me. So far 2 carry-ons, that works. And you know, that's not a lot. That's not doing too much. So go ahead and leave a like on this video if there was something in here that helped you, and subscribe to my channel. That way you are notified with all the new videos that will be coming out soon with my travels in Spain and some other countries in Europe that I'll be visiting as well. Come along this journey with me and let's go explore.